Hello and welcome to IT Bible. My name's Connor, and today we're going to continue our series in setting up Caddy by setting up a redirect, a reverse proxy, an HTML website, and a PHP website. If you haven't watched already, go ahead and watch my installing Caddy tutorial, which should be right here. And then come back and we can go into this more advanced, quote unquote advanced, not really, series in setting up Caddy. And so let's head on over to the computer. Okay, so now that you have Caddy installed, you can see that we have it installed here. We have a fresh VM just with Caddy installed, and we have DNS pointed to it, so to http tutorial.itbible.org goes to a Caddy page here. So let's look at the Caddy file. If you're not root, you're going to have to type in, which I suggest not being root, sudo nano or vim vi, whatever is your text editor of choice. Let's see, Caddy, and then Caddy with a capital C for Caddy file. So etc/caddy/caddy file. And this is the default page. So what you're seeing here is generated by this entry here. So 4 lines total of configuration. So first, let's do a redirect. So we want, if you go to the IP of the server on port 80, you'll get the Caddy. So if I go to, well, you can see, if you go to just port 80 with no domain, you would get the same page. So let's go down here and we're gonna do some new lines down here. We're gonna go to, say, tutorial.itbible.org, and I'm just gonna keep it simple for now, port 80, and we want to redirect, so redir to https itbible.org. We're gonna say permanent on that, and we're gonna close that. So now we go to tutorial.itbible.org without https. It should redirect us to itbible.org. So let's save and close that, and then we're gonna do a sudo systemctl reload Caddy. So that's reloaded Caddy, and if we refresh this page, we're gonna get forwarded to itbible.org. Okay, so now that that's working, let's go back into our Caddy file. So you just did a redirect, a permanent redirect, port 80, for anything. If we wanted to say do TLS, there's a few other options we can use. So if we want to make tutorial.itbible.org https do something different, so let's do we'll do 443, and we'll just redirect Google. So now if you go to tutorial.itbible.org on port 80, you'll go to itbible.org, if you go to tutorial.itbible.org on SSL, we should get redirected to Google. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. We'll reload so you can see. So tutorial.itbible.org on HTTP goes to itbible.org. And HTTPS redirects us to Google. So, oops. So that's how you can differentiate. If you want everything to go to the same, which most people do, you would just do something like that. So tutorial.itbible.org bracket or curly brace redirect itbible.org permanent. So it's pretty simple. I'm not gonna refresh the page and show you that one because it does the exact same thing. So next, maybe we need to do a reverse proxy. So let's clear out all these changes we've done, and we'll do tutorial.itbible.org, and we're just gonna keep this as HTTPS curly brace or open curly brace and reverse proxy, and we're going to go to HTTP localhost port 81 because I have a Apache server running on port 81 on this server also. So let's go ahead and reload that now, and then bring our page back over here in HTTPS tutorial.itbible.org. We're still getting old cache stuff, so now you can see tutorial.itbible.org is showing an Apache default page, and that's because we are reverse proxying over to the Apache server on the server itself. So that's all fine and good if you want to do redirects or reverse proxies. And there are more options. This is just the basics of these options. So let's go ahead and clear that out. I'm going to close my browser so I remember to open a new one. And we're going to go to tutorial.itbible.org. And we are going to say root. So we want to actually show some pages here. So root, we'll say any root. We'll direct to var www/basic because I have just a plain Jane HTML file there. So, and then we'll say file server, and we'll close the curly brace. We'll write the changes, do a reload. Let me open an incognito window here. HTTPS tutorial.itbible.org. So you can see here we have a test HTML document. This is a test HTML document. Works just like we expect. So now now that you have your static content, maybe you want to do some more dynamic content. So something like PHP. So let's clear this out again. Actually, we're going to use that same one. So let's use the same one. We want the root to be there, but we're going to change that to www/php because I have a PHP file already generated. We're going to keep file server in the place, and then we're going to type PHP fast CGI. So on this server, I also have PHP FPM version 8.1 installed, and its path is Unix. Var run PHP 8.1 -fpm.sock. So we're just pointing it to the Unix socket, and then we'll do try _files path. So you're saying in the path look for, or anything in the path will reach out to index .php and any query parameters we want to append to back to the end of the index.php. Obviously, so this is your, like, this is works like you're in Apache. It's your, like, rewrite rules for your URL. If you're using something like Zenforo or WordPress or anything like that, this, you can turn your .htaccess file into something similar here, but Caddy works out of the box with most of that stuff anyways. So let's go ahead and save this, reload Caddy, and then we will open a new incognito window again, https tutorial.itbible.org, and you can see now that we have a PHP file. Before we get to our review, you should go over or head over to itbible.org. This is kind of a one-stop shop for anything IT related. We like to do anything from home labs to enterprise and discuss anything that you would, basically anything you would see on this channel here. And while you're at it, if you feel like it, please go ahead and subscribe down below. Hit the bell so you get notified when I release another video. It is kind of sporadic these days, but I'm going to try to become more regular. And the more subscribers I get, the more motivation I have to do more. So it's always a good thing to subscribe. And if you want to learn about IT, I do plan on having a series coming out soon where we go through how I got into IT and how I got my actual real life job. So let's get back to our review. So you've seen here now, you've got the PHP file. So let's keep that as last, and we're gonna go, we got port 80. So we want to do port 80. So there's your port 80 redirect. And again, if you put port 80 on any of these URLs, you will effectively disable HTTPS on that. So if you do 443 here, you're disabling port 80. So now we have port 443. Then let's do our reverse proxy. Of course, we gotta make sure that that's port 80, not 81. And then let's do our just basic HTML server. Oops, sorry, I got a little ahead of myself. So we just basic HTML server. And if you want to do logging, you can do logging. There's you know, a log variable, and then you just put the path to your log here. If you'd like to see me go more in depth on this, feel free to reach out to me. Like I said, itbible.org is a good place. YouTube comments are kind of questionable. I try to respond, but I'm not great at it. Well, I'm glad you stopped by and watched this video. If you thought it was good, please give it a thumbs up. And while you're there, go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell. And then, you know, if you feel like it, come and visit us over at itbible.org. We are trying to grow the community there as well as the YouTube channel. Kind of hard to do. I feel like they both intermingle with each other fairly well. I'm not 100% comfortable in front of the camera yet. I think when I get a better camera, it'll help, because right now I'm just looking at a little webcam. I need a better camera for video, which I'm working on getting. and hopefully that'll improve my content just a little bit. Sorry for rambling. I'll see you at the next video.